What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's doing excellent. It's Friday. The weekend is here. 70 degrees and sunny in New Jersey, so things are looking good. And what else is looking good is Joe Douglas's free agency plan. So heading into this offseason, we talked on the show over and over and over how pivotal this offseason is for Joe Douglas and the Jets. They have to maximize their resources. They have plenty of cap space and plenty of draft picks. So going into free agency, you're like, how is he going to attack it? Is he going to sit back and wait for the lesser tier guys? Will he be aggressive? Will he spend some money? Well, I'm telling you right now, I am ridiculously impressed. He had a pragmatic approach to free agency. He identified the guys he wants with a clear blueprint, a clear plan, and he's executing it. So the whole theory was build around Zach Wilson. Well, how do you do that? The first thing you got to do is you got to upgrade the offensive line. He goes out and signs Tomlinson. So Tomlinson, a very physical run-blocking guard. Now you have two very good guards. You're kind of solidifying. You're adding a little nastiness to your offensive line. You help run the ball a little more effectively. But how else you do that? You add two good blocking tight ends and also two tight ends that can actually catch the football as well. So they're dynamic in the passing game. They're dynamic in the run game. They give you flexibility and versatility. So Uzomah and Conklin, as you guys know, I like Conklin a lot. But I'm really, really happy about Uzomah. So now you're bringing your offense back to NFL standards. You're giving your quarterback protection or running game, and then you're getting him, the safety valve in the passing game, which will open up everything else. Now, a lot of the feedback has been, what about wide receiver? Well, I think people are starting to forget a little bit how good Elijah Moore can be. He is your explosive weapon. Then you have Corey Davis, who hopefully plays better. Then you can draft a kid. But what you have right now is a lot of options. You have Michael Carter out of the backfield. You brought Tevin Coleman back. The running game, the versatility of tight ends, everything else is all going to make Zach Wilson better. Then if you draft a receiver in the first round, there's no pressure for this kid to be, doesn't have to be a number one guy. You can just be, these are all pieces to the puzzle. Keep in mind, we're growing an offense here. You can't go from one of the worst offenses in football to a top 10 offense. There's a process here. I know, trust the process, but there's literally a process here how you're building up your offense. And you could see all the ways he's going to make Zach Wilson better. You're going to make him very comfortable, make the reads easier. I think this offense is going to be a lot more physical, too, which they need. You're going to establish an identity finally. They didn't have an identity last year. Last year, this team was literally trying to find itself on and off the field. The coaches are trying to find themselves and establish themselves. They're trying to identify what's on this roster, develop a scheme, what players fit, what players don't, how do you want to run things, so many different things. And now you're establishing your culture, your identity, how you want to attack on both sides of the football. So then you go to defensive side of the ball, and I love both moves, to be honest with you. I like Jordan Whitehead is an absolute thumper, and this was something that the Jets lacked last year. A guy, big impact player, big hits, physical, ferocious, intensity, a leader. You're going to give this off a defense an edge. Because last year, a lot of times, we're getting pushed around a little bit. Not going to happen anymore. He's going to lay some wood back there. DJ Reed, a very solid corner. And again, these are all pieces to the puzzle. You're not going to get all top-level guys, number one guys, and shut down corners. You're trying to find pieces to your puzzle in your system. So now you have a lot of competition in your secondary. You have a lot of versatility in your secondary. You bring back LaMarcus Joyner. You have Elijah Riley. There's a lot of moving pieces here. The one thing you keep in mind on defense is Saleh likes to move guys around a lot of bit. So you gotta be flexible and diverse. So I know they signed the defensive end from the Texans. I'm not going to lie to you and say I know a thing about Martin other than he's fast off the edge. So obviously Saleh wants to have defensive guys in the middle that can clog it up and have explosive guys on the outside. So you have Huff, hopefully a big year from Lawson. So you add another piece there. But, overall, you got to like all the things he's doing. You bring back Joe Flacco. You have your veteran backup, which we think is very important. A good mentor for Zach Wilson as he goes through the highs and lows of the season. You tender Mike White. You trade Blake Cashman, which is an absolute miracle because I didn't think he had any value. You bring back Panero or you tender him. So they're making a lot of good moves, and it's still early. It's only March. So a lot can still happen between now and the draft. There's still some big-name players out there. The other thing about Joe Douglas that you have to love is he's not killing his cap. He's not selling his soul this year and worrying about pushing the money down the line next year. He gives himself a lot of flexibility in terms of cap space. If there's a big name they want to get, they can get him if the right guy at the right price. Or they could roll over money from next year. They have a lot of flexibility with the cap, too, which is important. He's very responsible in terms of contracts. He's handling things. I think he's handling things very well. And this is a person that has been ridiculously critical of him in the past. So if you're a Jet fan, you've got to be encouraged. I am ridiculously fired up. You go into the draft now where I think as of today, whatever the hell today's date is, 18th, that, at 4, you're probably looking at pass rusher. At 10, you're probably looking receiver. But a lot could change. They can go out and sign Za'Darius Smith for all I know. So flexibility, opportunity, but this team is obviously heading in the right direction. If you look at it as of March, a lot can change. But you're putting in Zach Wilson in place to succeed. And they said when they draft him, they want to, he doesn't have to carry the team. They're going to build around him. The team's going to uplift him. And they're now finally starting to do that. So this is great. Hopefully they keep building on it. They add more depth pieces. I still would like to see Cordell Patterson on this team, but I know people are attacking me for that, and that's cool as well. We all have our own opinions. So enjoy the weekend. If anything big news comes out, we'll obviously cover it. We'll be live probably Monday night again, Tuesday night again, and we'll talk to you later.